3 audit rounds, 1 green test, and every round it lied. It passed with a clean check mark, testing a phase that was not the phase on its label. Nothing broke, a test proved something, and that something was nothing at all. So how do you write a test that cannot pass for the wrong reason? You regression test your own code without thinking about it. Change code, run the suite, stay green. That habit is why you trust it enough to sleep. Now, point it at the loop that drives a coding agent, you cannot. A real agent is slow. It is non-deterministic. The same prompt gives different output, and it bills you on every call. Wire it in, and one run takes minutes, drifts every time, and costs money. Not on every commit. So you mock it. Everyone mocks it. You swap the real agent for a fake that answers instantly for free. Now your green light measures the fake, not your code. Who checks the fake? The mock is code too. It has branches, it has cases. And nobody tests it because it is the simple part. If the fake answers the wrong question in a convincing voice, your green light is measuring nothing. That is where a test starts lying. One thing guards this whole kit. It is a single self-test script. It runs the real loop against a fake agent that bills a made-up penny and never once touches the network. I ran it offline, start to finish, 18 scenarios, 19 assertions, everyone passed, 0 tokens, 14 seconds. Here's what that script does. It stands up a throwaway project in a scratch folder. It copies in the real control loop, the exact code these 10 videos have taken apart. Then it swaps the real agent for the fake. And that fake is not a separate file you could lose track of. It is written directly inside the test script, a block of text the script writes into place once at the top of the run. One source of truth under version control. The harness carries its own fake agent. Every scenario does the same thing. It sets up a condition, runs the real loop against the fake, and asserts one number, the exit code it wanted against the exit code it got. Want 2, got 2, want 0, got 0. No pros, no vibes, no opinions. 19 greens, or the suite fails loud. The whole thing is sealed. The real loop's only call to an agent points at the fake. There is no network call anywhere in that control code, no curl, no web request, no socket. Work happens in a temporary folder that deletes itself on exit. There is no way to spend a cent. The fake even reports a cost, 1 cent per call, a made-up number, so the budget logic has something to add up. The suite exercises every budget path in the loop using pennies that do not exist. Now, back to the test that lied. This is the failure the whole design exists to stop, and it is smaller than you would think. The fake matches each phase by name as a substring, and 2 of those names overlap. One phase is architect, another is data architect. The word architect sits inside data architect. That means the order of the 2 checks matters. Match architect first, and every data architect run routes into the wrong branch silently, while its label still says data architect. Then somebody cleaned up that fake. A tidy rewrite reordered the 2 branches. The data architect case now sat behind architect and never fired. A labeled test went green, testing the wrong phase for 3 audit rounds. And it did not fail. Failing is easy. It passed. For a reason that had nothing to do with its label. The one failure no dashboard will ever show you. It isn't red, and it was never measuring your code. The fix is not more cleverness. It is a rule written at the top of the file. The fake agent and the scenario table are frozen fixtures. You extend them one way only. You add a branch, you add a row, you never rewrite what is already there. It sounds like a style preference. It is the opposite. A rewrite can silently drop a branch. An addition can only ever add coverage. You cannot lose a case you are forbidden to touch. With the fixtures frozen, you pile on cases fearlessly. The suite has 8 sabotage modes, each making the fake misbehave on purpose. It can stall past the timeout. It can skip the file it was told to write. It can fail the build gate forever. It can emit garbage instead of a status. It can leave a stale finding that lingers across a kickback. And one more case isn't sabotage at all. The fake shouts its pass in capital letters to prove the gate still reads it, each one frozen into a test that costs nothing to rerun. You met these 5 exit codes when we took the loop apart. 0, 1, 2, 3, 10. This suite asks something harder than what each one means. Every sabotage mode has to hit the exact code it should, not just any failure. A skipped file halts at 2, a stall exits 3, garbage exits 3. The suite pins everyone. Failing loudly is not enough, it has to fail in the right word. It pins the boring refusals too, a missing goal file rejected at the door, a garbled budget number rejected before a single call, A second run launched while the first still holds its lock, refused. Every one is a door someone could leave open in a rewrite, nailed shut by a free test. Add it up. 12 of those scenarios sit in one table. Each is a full run of the real loop under one fault or knob. One is a happy path that runs a real kickback and clears itself. 6 more stand alone. 12 plus 6 is 18 scenarios. One of them checks 2 things at once, the exit code and the cost, which is the 19th assertion. 18 scenarios, 19 assertions, all green. That is the whole receipt. That last scenario is a receipt from a bug you watched me fix on this channel. It is the resume that overspent past its cost ceiling. A one-time fix is a promise. A frozen assertion is a guarantee. Here is the proof, token-free. The fake runs up a budget, crosses the ceiling, and halts. Then the loop resumes, already over the line. It records the cost before the resume, then the cost after. They match, not one fake cent spent past the ceiling. And that is why 0 matters more than 14 seconds. A test that spends real money is one you run rarely, nervously, and only at the very end. A test that costs nothing runs on every commit, without a second thought. A gate you can reprove for free is a gate you can actually trust. So, the test that lied through 3 audit rounds, it cannot pass for the wrong reason anymore. Not because the fake got smarter, because you are no longer allowed to rewrite it. 18 scenarios, 19 assertions, every branch frozen, the whole suite green in 14 seconds for $0. The harness that runs your gates needs its own tests and a fake that cannot drift, so freeze the fake. Add cases, never edit them. A green test is only ever worth what is underneath it. Do one thing this week, find the fake at the center of your own test suite, the stubbed client behind your slowest, flakiest integration test, the one you quietly avoid running. Ask whether anyone could rewrite it, drop a case, and never see a single test go red. The machine works, layer by layer, receipt by receipt, but a working machine was never really the point. It went and built something real. A production API did not write a single line of. Next, we review that code like a stranger's pull request, honest, debt and all. Subscribe and read it with me.